introduced you to Brunch with Babs last week. She is a local grandmother who is blowing up on social media. Her accounts are full of what she calls Babs hacks, tricks to make life easier, along with some motherly advice along the way. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Caitlin Francis sat down with Babs in her new Canaan home to figure out why she has become such a big deal.
Babs Costello is a 73-year-old mom and grandmother who started sharing recipes, advice, and hacks on social media during the pandemic.
Here's a Babs hack.
She quickly gained more than 1 million followers on TikTok and almost 500,000 followers on Instagram, including Drew Barrymore and a lot of us here at Channel 3. But she says up until April of 2020, she wasn't on social media at all.
And at that time, I think people were looking for a connection, right? Especially with maybe an older person because they were missing their parents or missing their grandparents, or there was a lot of unusual disconnect, right?
Now she's got hundreds of posts. Oh, and she lives right here in Connecticut. Babs says her new followers look to her for motherly advice.
I think we live in an age right now, especially now, where things are not quite back to normal yet. Hopefully, God willing, they will be. But you know, so you have to find your piece, your niche, your something that gives you solace and all the craziness out there.
Babs, a teacher at heart, is using social media to keep teaching her followers through her Babs hacks.
If you get any bits of cork in your wine bottle, don't panic. Do this instead. Take a coffee filter, put it in your glass, kind of get it over, pour that wine in. It'll collect any bits of cork, and you'll have a perfect glass of wine.
And she's doing something called, Did Your Mom Ever Tell You?
I get those messages a lot. You wouldn't believe it, Caitlin. Like every week, I get a few, and they're heart-wrenching because you read these and you're like, you know, who have lost a mom or never knew their grandma or knew their grandma and then lost their only grandparent that they ever knew. And so there's something about maybe how I do things or how I talk or whatever that reminds them of a mom.
Babs is taking her life experiences and working alongside one of her daughters on Brunch with Babs.
I think people sense this authenticity. That I'm not like, you know, well, even though my daughter, of course, is involved with Brunch with Babs. In fact, she, you know, is the one that obviously spurred me on and did all that. So, so it is nice, too, to have it's kind of a family affair.
It all started with a sheet pan recipe.
And don't throw your old baking sheets away because these come in handy when you're prepping many dishes, right?
It's something she never saw coming, but it's something she and her family are embracing.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
In New Canaan, I'm Caitlin Francis, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.